Hey there, Hofstra fans. Welcome to this week's edition of the W. Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. I'm Mike Sullivan, joined as always by head coach of the Hofstra women's lacrosse team, Shannon Smith. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Pretty good, Coach. And your team coming off victory against Temple last Thursday in some pretty interesting conditions, snowy, rain, wind was tough out there. Talk about the game and what you saw from your team.
Yeah, I thought it was the first time when we came out hard right from the beginning of the game, so that was really impressive. I thought we played hard throughout the whole game. We let up a little bit there at the end. Defensively, I thought they stuck to the game plan and did a great job. I thought Abby Wilson, Alex Mezzanotti, and Marion Miller did their job with what we tasked them to do and shut down their top players and helped them to 0-0, which was great to see. I thought offensively we finished our shots when we need to. We just need to finish a little bit more, but we need to do a better job at taking care of the ball in between the 30s and being able to transition it into our attacking end.
Defensively, the first half especially really seemed to be dominant. What allowed your defense to be so successful against the Owls?
Yeah, we really shut off their two top players and took them out, and we wanted to see if, how their other teammates could react and if they could step up. And I think they really bought into our defensive game plan and did a great job at it. Like I said, Abby Wilson, Alex Mezzanotti, Marion Miller did a great job at holding their leading scorers to 0 goals and 0 assists. And I thought Kelsey Gregerson did a fabulous job in that and came up with some huge saves for us. And April Inetta and Jamie Diarco again came up with some huge cost turnovers.
Offensively, Becky Conto and Julia Reamer get hat tricks for you. First, talking about Conto, the freshman, has she exceeded expectations for you? How much success she has had so far this season?
Definitely, and I want her to have more success, and we keep challenging her. So, we're excited to see the growth of her game, and and how she's responding down there on attack, and it's exciting to see. And I think her and Julia had 2 great games for us, and that's what we need. We need people to step up, and we need to be a well-diverse offense with a lot of different scoring threats. So if they try to shut off one person on our offense, we have 6 other people that will step up that are in the game at that moment in time.
As a coaching staff, how pleased were you to see your team bounce back the way they did to get a victory at home against Temple in some really adverse conditions, to get the victory over the Owls, a team who had beaten Rutgers, a team you had fallen to earlier in the season?
Yeah, I think it just shows how strong we are and how resilient we are and how we're going to come over any challenge or adversity that faces us, and we're going to work hard on and off the field to prepare our team mentally, physically, emotionally for every game that we face.
You have a full week of practice this week before Ohio State on Saturday. What are you looking to improve on this week before you head out to the Midwest?
Yeah, getting back to the basics. We need to get back to the basics and, continue to make our defense strong and continue to work on finishing our shots on the offensive end. We don't have a problem getting shots. We have a problem finishing them. So we need to continue to work on that, and we really need to get back to winning the draw controls, winning the 50-50 balls, and most importantly, working on our transition so we can get the ball into our attacking end.
Buckeyes are a team you're very familiar with, playing at Northwestern. What do you expect to see from them this Saturday?
Yeah, Ohio State is extremely well coached, and they're fast, they're physical, they're aggressive. They got a strong midfield group, and Jackie Cifarelli is leading their attack down there, and in her sophomore season is doing a great job for them. And they got a strong defense. Their goalie is unbelievable, and that's going to be key for us. We really need to shoot well, and I'm excited for the game. It's another challenge for us before we get into our conference play.
This is your last non-conference game before you start the portion of your CA schedule. How important is it to conclude the non-conference portion with the victory, be 7-3, entering CA play?
It's huge, and for us, it's about improving what we know we need to work on, and we need to improve on from the last game, and hopefully, like you said, we're having a week of practice right now, so we really need to get back to the basics, work hard, and really prepare our team for Saturday's game, and really make sure we can put in what we worked on all practice and improve ourselves from the previous game, so we're ultimately getting better for where we want to be for conference.
From when this regular season started, you're one of the top 10 teams nationally in cause turnovers. You had a lot of new faces really step up this year offensively, defensively. How has this team developed to this point in the regular season as we approach CAA play, to be 6-3 and to be, certainly it appears, a contender when Colonial play starts?
Yeah, I think we've came a long way from when I first got here, which is pretty amazing, but I think we still have a long way to go. And we have a lot of small errors that are very correctable that we need to change and we need to fix and we need to get better at. And so, that's a huge emphasis for us. But I'm very proud of where our defense is at, especially for how young we are, and just the leadership and how much they're growing as a unit together, and how disciplined and how hardworking they are. So it's fun to watch them play, and I'm expecting more from them, and I'm going to keep challenging them and hopefully raise their level of play to ultimately help our team in the end.
Finally, Coach, how do you get the best of the Buckeyes on Saturday and get that final non-conference victory of the year?
Draw controls, ground balls, finishing our shots, and running through our transition.
Once again, the Hofstra Pride Women's Lacrosse team hits the road Saturday to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes at 11. For head coach Shannon Smith, I'm Mike Sullivan. Thanks for tuning in to the WBA Coach Report.